2. 7 strikes in the opening game for Roger Bowker.
Somehow I had us a week ahead of time. I was already in Indianapolis. I missed Detroit. That would be very nice.
No. But I know you like Indy.
I like Detroit too.
So do I.
Yeah. The Lions are playing the Rams this week, so.
Oh, sure. And you're a big Rams fan.
Oh, yeah.
What if the Rams win?
That's not much chance of that. Rogers chose to switch to his spare ball. Probably use it on both lanes, I would imagine. You were talking about using 2 different balls earlier. We'll see if he uses the same ball that he was using on the right lane.
I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to throw 1 ball in the left-hand lane, 1 ball in the right-hand lane.
Well, if you can do it. The problem with it, Dan, is the difference in the feel of the bowling balls. I mean, as much as we try and drill them all the same and everything, they do feel differently. And if you can master that and don't have a problem with it, then it's fine.
Really a square, solid game here. Pendulum swing up the track. And this gentleman, Dave Arnold, will throttle the pocket on most pairs of lanes.
And he won't look the same or any different if he strikes or if he throws a big 4 split. So, I mean, never changes his expression. $108,000 already this year. Tremendous year for him.
Told me that he's really just trying to focus 100% on his bowling this year. Feels like that's the difference. Been out bowling full time for 6-7 years now. Won his first title earlier this year, and there we see up jumps the left-hand lane. Look at the huge break there.
Saw it hooked right in the middle of the lane, Dan. I mean, you've got to overcome that with either angle or speed. Now, Roger Bowker's tried to do it with the ball surface. We talked about that as one of the methods too, and moving further outside, getting away from that area of the lane that hooks early.
At least he has a makeable split.
Pick it up, pick it up.
Ooh, he gave it a run.
6 over towards the 7, but an open frame, and Roger Bowker has been the recipient of some nice open frames from his opponents.
Nice for him.
One thing we ought to mention, Ron Palumbi really had a very sore thumb. As a matter of fact, the patch pulled off right in the middle of his match, so he was struggling just to finish out the game.
Back to Roger. He did not go back to the ball that he was striking with on this lane. He tried to use the same ball, and it didn't make it up. So it's your feeling anyway that he'll be using his black ball on the left lane and the
Sure.
kind of green ball on the right lane.
I mean, he threw plenty of strikes on the right-hand lane. I don't know. Of course, I think you're mentioning the fact that you want the same feel in the ball might be the difference. And I had a chance to talk to Roger prior to the telecast. He won all 8 matches last night and moved from 19th to 1st.
Yeah, I've only done that once before, and that was at a regional in Memphis. I qualified 4th in TV show, and I shot 250, 290, 230, 260, and just to be able to get in a zone like that and be able to strike that many times is a feat in itself.
I should say from 19th to 4th.
He's hoping to go to 1st, though.
I was so excited on that move. He averaged 254. Hits the nose, gets another break, and leaves the 6th pin on the left-hand lane. So now Roger Bowker shaking his head, and this pair of lanes right now providing plenty of challenge for our professionals.
And it really will be interesting to watch Kelly Kaufman, who throws more hook than probably all the other ones combined, come over and bowl on this pair of lanes and just circle the whole lane.
And then Dave Ferraro, who goes pretty straight by and large, is the top seed. PBA Player Services Director Larry Lickstein and I were chatting. And I said, Larry, look at the assortment of players on this telecast tonight. He looked at me and said, hey, it's the balls, the manufacturers. These balls are so great that any type of player can make a telecast now, whether you're a straight player or a hooker in between.
But I think it also speaks to the PBA lane maintenance program, too, that it's putting out a condition that different shots can equally compete on.
Another strike on lane 34. Let's see if Dave Arnold increases his speed on the left-hand lane.
Dave Arnold, basically a 4-step player. We see the ball held right at waist high here. Now he pushes it and steps pretty close at the same time. Now watch when he gets right here. We see the foot. The ball is right at the peak of the backswing. Now the slide. The ball's pretty much on time. Square delivery, left hand out for balance. Nice delivery.
Very simple, repeatable game. Looks like he moved a little deeper. And a solid 8, and that'll make you pull your hair out.
Oh, especially what goes through your mind is, why now? You can't happen now. But what he's got to do, Bowker by no means is locked in, is convert this 8-pin, and he's still in this match.
A highly consistent year.
Trouble. Wow, he kind of stuck a little bit there at the line, but had no trouble making the 8-pin. Rogers switches back now, Dan. He's going back and forth with bowling balls.
Oh, this is a good move here.
Has to hurry. He takes such a quick pivot step. I mean, he's hardly on that right foot at all. I mean, it's boom, boom, it's gone. He's fighting his rhythm and his timing right now. I mean, trying to figure out the lanes, which ball to use, everything going through his mind, and he's kind of losing his rhythm a little bit.
But the good news is he's right in the middle of the match. I mean, he's making these moves, trying to get zeroed in, and he's very close.
He's close, but he's not there yet.
PBA Commissioner Mike Connor on hand. Had a chance to chat with him this morning. He flew in with us.
Same
Continental
plane.
Express, Cleveland to Rochester.
He's still using his. He's back where he's what you want now.
Right.
He's
Now
using
this
the black ball in the left lane and
Sure.
the green ball in the right lane.
This ball goes a little longer, doesn't hook as much. Okay, he's playing out.
And still can't keep it off the nose.
Well, now he's really confused. But I think this is the right way to go for him. You just got to make the adjustments and make the shots.
Yeah, but then he's not throwing any balls in the pocket.
I guess my question was, why didn't he stay with the one ball on 34 at the beginning of the match and this ball on 33 to begin with? But he didn't. And that had to hurt him.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, he bowled 2-team the last game. Playing in the track on that left lane, trying to use speed to control the lane. Now he's trying to use angle and ball surface. He's got one ball in the pocket and no strikes.
Meticulous Dave Arnold goes to work in the 5th. He struck on this lane the last trip. And he trails by 7.
And interestingly enough, he picked a finish on that left lane. Because he had the choice.